Hello, my dearie friends. I am having a Aldi brand Nutter Butter. Been craving them. And some hazelnut decaf coffee with hazelnut creamer in my cutest ever Stitch mug. And this is an amazing moment. So I just got back from the gynecologist and I thought I'd give you a little update on perimenopause stuff. Ugh, coffee for me is only good if it's like super boiling, burn your mouth hot, or super freezing cold. And it is burn your mouth hot right now and so perfect. It is decaf. I gave up caffeine a few years ago because of perimenopause. My doctor said caffeine and alcohol are two right off the bat things that you can do to decrease your symptoms, removing caffeine and alcohol. I never drank, but I was a big coffee person. So I stopped drinking coffee altogether, except for every once in a while decaf. And I was drinking Dandy Blend, which is delicious to me, to replace it. But lately I've just been craving actual coffee. And so I did some research, and decaf coffee by law has to have only 3% of the caffeine that regular coffee has. And so I feel like I drink tea and it's just so good. Tea and black tea and green tea. And that I think has more than 3% of whatever the decaf coffee has. So I'm letting myself have decaf coffee. And it's making me so happy. I love it so much. Some people, the oil in coffee beans, whether decaf or regular, increases anxiety in a different way than caffeine from tea does. So, listen to your body. But oh my gosh, I'm really, really happy to be back drinking decaf coffee. And I just am letting myself have as much as I want of it. Okay, so recap on the gynecologist. I was going to MIDI Health, which is an online covered by some insurances, not covered by others, out of pocket for me, perimenopause specializing gynecologist. I did this because I didn't want to wait for the regular gynecologist I was on a waiting list for, and because I wanted someone who specialized in perimenopause. Because I have PMDD, I'm non-binary, I've been taking testosterone for a while. I'm just kind of like a unique case. And my doctor didn't feel confident prescribing anything. Um, and so I went to this specialist, and I have nothing but good things to say about MIDI Health. I highly recommend them. But if it's not covered by your insurance and it's out of pocket, like that's something to consider. So I finally got off the waiting list for the local gynecologist. So I was like, let me just go have this appointment and see what they think. And if I vibe with them, then like I can check back in with the MIDI Health people at any point and I could like save a little bit of money. So what the MIDI Health people had me on was the um, estradiol transdermal system, USP, twice a week, zero point zero 0.05 milligram patch. The um, norethindrone tablets, which is a progesterone only birth control. The reason why they went with this instead of the bioidentical progesterone is because um, this has a better chance of me not getting my period again, which is a really positive aspect of my life. And it has less of a chance of like migraine or mood symptoms. And I'm really, because of my PMDD history and like autism, ADHD, highly sensitive person, lots of suicidality in my past history. I didn't want to risk increasing mental health side effects. So far, I've had no problems with this. Um, I tried the prometrium, which is the bioidentical progesterone, and I immediately had migraine symptoms. Um, so I just was like, nope, nope, nope. I felt like it was my body being clear. I probably could have like stayed on it. I only took it one day. I probably could have stayed on it like a while and seen how things even out because it could have just been that like the new thing in my system. My system needed a while to get used to it, but I'm just like, nope, I don't even want to like touch migraines with a 10-foot pole. Um, I have been for several years taking testosterone gel. This is a higher dose than like cis women typically take for perimenopause. I started with this because um, I wanted to try something that was not estrogen or progesterone based and not antidepressant, SSRI based when I first started having perimenopause symptoms 8 years ago when I was 38. And this has low side effects for perimenopause, but high reduction of symptoms. So it stopped my period, it stopped my hot flashes, it helped me sleep at night. It increased my appetite, which has always been a struggle for me, and just generally made me feel happier and actually more confident, which is fascinating. I'm also trans non-binary, and I wasn't specifically wanting secondary sex characteristics from the testosterone, but I wasn't scared of having them. Um, I don't know, looking back, if I would have done it the same way. Like I don't love facial hair. It's itchy to me. And so that is one thing that like I'm not a super fan of. And my voice changed in such a way that it's harder for me to sing. And I loved singing before. So like I don't know if I would have gone the same direction, but I felt like my provider was not informed and not confident enough to be able to like guide me on an estrogen progesterone path that would have not had like I clearly can do it without having suicidal stuff. So but this was not hacking it. Like at first, it was for the first several years, it was really doing the job. But in the past year, I was like, mood stuff was tanking. Energy levels were so low, up all night, tons more hot flashes, like itchy, super vaginal dryness, which was like so hard for me because I take a walk every night and I was in such pain. I mean, every day, and I was in such pain. And my eyes were getting so dry that it was affecting my vision, and I was like in pain from my eyes all day, every day. So the testosterone was not enough, and I was not willing to go up in the testosterone because I just have felt more in my system of the testosterone. I started at a higher level, and I don't like how it feels. And I was not willing to get a hysterectomy because a variety of reasons, but mostly because I don't have a big like circle of care, and I'm a single parent who is self-employed. So if I were to take off a big chunk of time, I wouldn't get paid at all, and I'd have to pay someone to take care of me. So financially, it just didn't feel like a right decision. So plus my doctor didn't super recommend it because she was like, my urogynecologist was like, if you have functioning ovaries, like let's keep that going. So who knows? But I know a lot of people who loved a hysterectomy, and if I had a bigger circle of care and like more financial resources, I probably would have considered it. But because I wasn't going to consider that, and because I didn't want to increase the testosterone, which could have kicked me into menopause, I decided to explore the estrogen progesterone route. And honestly, I'm so happy. My mood is really solid, like so great. My energy is also great. I still wake sometimes with hot flashes, but way less. And the doctor today said we could go up a dose in the patch to the 0.75. He wants me to wait like 2 more weeks and see if it catches on. But if I'm still waking up, he's like, yeah, let's put that up to the 0.75 to reduce those hot flashes, which may eliminate the night waking. He also said it's worth considering the IUD for the progesterone because that would have the lowest possible mental health or migraine side effects. But I don't know. I have friends who have had it and it's like uncomfortable, and that's I don't know. Not sure if I want to do that. The I was taking the estradiol vaginal cream for the to help with both the vaginal dryness, but also the urge incontinence, like having to pee a ton, and I have a rectoceal, which is like my rectum like bulges into my vaginal canal. That I was recommended surgery for, but again, same thing as with the hysterectomy. It's not, doesn't make sense right now. But this has been super improving my rectoceal symptoms. And I think this might do the trick for at least the time being. And then the other things that I wanted to share. So I'm staying on all of that. I'm just considering increasing the patch, but otherwise I'm staying on everything. I'm really happy. And then the other piece that I am just absolutely ecstatic about is Replens is an over-the-counter, which makes an external comfort gel for vaginal dryness and a long-lasting vaginal moisturizer. This is inserted. This is put topically, like on the vulva. Fantastic product. Want to scream it from the rooftops. I want to gift this to every single person with a vulva. Change my life, like in combination with estrogen. I'm such a happy camper. Now I can walk without pain, which is super, super thrilling for me because my daily walk is my number one mental health strategy. Last but not least, I love Lumi deodorant. When I started the testosterone, it changed how I smell to myself in a really like troubling way for me. And then perimenopause can do that also. It can change how you smell in a way that can be uncomfortable. And this is fantastic for anywhere on your body, not just your armpits, like privates, feet, just anything. You can put it, like some people put it under their boobs. I don't have boobs, but it is a fantastic product and it doesn't have any aluminum in it or anything. It's not an antiperspirant, it's just a deodorant. And it has really improved my life. So, those are all the things. I'm really happy where I'm at right now. I had stopped taking my iron supplement for a little while because I was like, oh, maybe because I've always historically been anemic. And I was like, maybe because I'm not bleeding anymore. I don't need it. I stopped it and I was feeling really drained, like so, 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 so tired, like dragging tired. And then I realized and restarted it, and I'm feeling fantastic. So consider if you might want to look at an iron supplement if you're super, super tired. Okay, I love you.